श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. So we were seeing Shri Devi Uvacha Shrutam Deva Maya Sarvam Yamaladishu Bhashitam Trikabhedamasheshena Sarat Sara Vibhagashaha Adyapi na nivurto me samshayah parameshwarah. She is presenting her doubt. There we said Shrutam. So Devi, hey Deva, O Lord, why she is calling him Deva? Divu Prakashane, effulgent. So he is the one who is illuminating. He is the illuminator of the whole creation. So Deva. Shrutam. Shrutam, I have heard. Just starting the text. How can you say I have heard already? Shrutam is a past tense. Heard. So how can you say heard? Then for that we gave the explanation that Aikyauvatya, since there is a natural identity between Shiva and Shakti, Bhairava and Bhairavi, whatever Bhairava knows, Bhairavi knows. And we also said Bhairavi is of the nature of samvid, knowledge. Also, Bhairavi is a Chaitanya Swarupa, consciousness. Bhairavi is also Jnana Swarupa. Bhairavi is the one, why we call her Jnana Swarupa? Because Bhairavi is the one who gives you the paramarsha, the remembrance. He reminds you about your nature and makes you identical with the Shiva Tattva. Okay? Bhairavi is knowledge, Bhairavi is consciousness, Bhairavi is the one who gives you experience of your inherent nature, Bhairavi is one who is identical with the Bhairava. Meaning, Bhairavi is not different from Bhairava. That is the idea. Okay. Now, and Bhairavi is the one who gives you, like Bhairava is Bharana, Ravana and Vamana. Bhairavi is also same. Bhairavi is the one who gives you release from the bondage, from the samsara. Okay. Now, these things I have to say again because this is a different philosophy. It will be little difficult for us to understand. So I am repeating it for one. This is one reason. Second reason is there is another doubt possible. We'll come to that. Now, she said, Rudrayamala Tantra. In the Rudrayamala Tantra, we saw what Rudrayamala. Yamala means couple. Their discussion between couples of Bhairavi, Bhairava, etc. Rudra, Rudraini, etc. That is Rudrayamala Tantra. I have heard. What did you hear? Trikabhedam asheshena. Trika means the triad. The triad of para, para, apara. Or the triad of Nara, Shakti, Shiva. Or the triad of Pashu, Pati, Pasha. Whichever form you want to see. The same thing in different forms. That's all. In different way of presentation. As the substratum, as the superimposed kind of light. Okay. So, this thing, whichever form you want to see. Bheda, duality. What is the duality possible here? Because she is the one who uses Jnana Kriya Madhaya Itaradi Pratibhadanena Vidyamana. Bheda means Anyonya Bhava. One different from the other. The absence of one in other is called as Bheda. What is the Bheda here? The differences. The difference in the creation. How is she establishing the difference in the creation? By having the Jnana Kriya, not knowledge and action. Knowledge itself as the action. She is projecting all this duality. Because we said the duality, though we are one, there is a duality, seeming duality in the form of the mirror and the reflection. The self, the reflected, there is a mirror in which there is a reflection of that reflected. So, reflection, reflected, association there is. That is why when there is a price for that what is reflected, or the reflection actually, and the or you disrespect that reflection, then the one who is reflected, one who is the original of the reflection, he becomes a, or he or she becomes a annoyed, not happy. So this bheda, this duality, which is illusory, remember this here also they accept to be illusory. Okay, now sarat sarag bhagashah, this duality I understood in complete totally, in the sense sara asara vibhagashah, we can understand it, sara asara vibhagashah as a what is essence and what is not essence. In this duality, in this difference, I have understood. Or sarat sara, meaning the essence of essence in this and the essence of essence in that categorization I have understood. Vibhaga means categorization or classification. I have understood it in this classification. What does that mean? Essence of essence of essence. What does that mean? So there is a shloka which presents this in a beautiful way. It says, Vedadipyah param shaivam shaivat vamam tu dakshinam dakshinat paratash kaulam kaulat parataram chitrikam. She said, I have studied trika. But why trika? Why did she say trika? It's a keyword. It's like a, I know this, the superiorest of knowledge. How can that be superiorest of knowledge? Because there is gradation in knowledge. In the knowledge of Shaiva Siddhanta. What is that? Vedadipyah param. See, normally, Veda is accepted to be superior in Vedanta or other philosophies, which accept Vedas. But here, though they accept Vedas as pramana, but means of right knowledge, but they don't accept Vedas to be very superior. They accept agamas to be superior. Agamas are superior than Vedas. Okay. Now, what is, see, this is also seen in the Vaishnava tradition. In Vaishnava tradition, earlier it used to be a different way. Now you can see only this system. Normally, when the Uchava, they call it, when there is a form of deity which is fixed, and the one is a one which can travel. Same form in two different modes. One traveling form, one fixed form. So the traveling form they will take from one place to other place, or take not far away from for a bath in the holy tank or bath in the river, etc. Or they'll go around a circumambulate in the temple itself. So that's Urchava Murti, they call it. Okay, roaming form. Now, when they take this form, there will be people who will be gathered around, who will be, it can be also in chariot, in big chariots they have, car, they call it car festival, Ratha, they call it in Sanskrit, Ratha. Okay. So, anyway, when they take this form, in the front, the Vedic Pandits used to chant the Vedas and they invite. Okay. Before the deity goes, the Vedas go. But now, the Vedas have taken a back seat, in the sense, first, there is this group of Pandits who are Pandits in the sense who have studied the Shaiva tradition text or the Vaishnava tradition text for chanting. Here you have Tiruvasakam, Devaram, etc. For Shaiva. Devara is the important thing. And there in Devaram or Tiruvasakam, in the other Vaishnava tradition, they have your Divya Prabandham, they call it. Divya Prabandham. So first, these texts are in Tamil. So that text will be chanted, and then behind these fellows will be the god or goddess, and behind them the Vedic Pandits will be chanting Vedas. That is how it has become. So it has become unimportant in these traditions. Okay, so Vedadipya beyond the Vedas, the superior is a Shaivam, the Shaiva philosophy. Even in the Shaiva philosophy, there are gradations. One is a Vama Marga, they call it. The other is a Dakshina Marga, meaning a right hand, left hand Marga, right hand path, left hand path, etc. And even beyond that is a Kaula Marga, Kula Marga, we saw Kula Tantra. That which comes from Kula Tantra is a Kaula Marga. Okay, and beyond the Kula Tantra is Trika Darshana, the Trika Tantra, the Tantra which teaches about the Trika, the triads. So that is why I am saying I have understood everything and I have understood the essence of essence. I know the difference is we don't know. We have both doubt and wrong knowledge, erroneous knowledge. But here, Devi does not have erroneous knowledge. It is impossible for her to have erroneous knowledge. She does not have erroneous knowledge, but she has doubts. Why doubts? Because there are multiple options here. So, when you have Dimata, Viruddha Mata, multiple contradictory philosophy schools, then there is doubt. She knows this is what is the truth. This is how I have to gain the truth. There is no doubt regarding that. But she has doubt regarding the path. Okay. Now, Shaiva, Charya, Bhata, and even in this Trika Bheda, there is a gradation according to the knowledge. Like Siddha Malinyadi, Siddha Nama Malinyadi, etc. That is how this is. There is a tantra called Siddha Tantra. There is a tantra called Namaka Tantra. There is a tantra called Malini Tantra. So Siddha is a good. It's knowledge based. It's gnosis. Beyond that is a superior than that is a Namaka Tantra, and beyond that, superior to that is a Malini Tantra, where you have similar text Malini, like Malini Tantra, you have Devi Kalotra, etc. are of same class. So you have these different gradations in the knowledge school also. Okay. Now, finally, okay, I understand. What is your doubt? That is, if Shiva is now expecting the question, she finally says, what does she say? Adhyapi na samshayo na nivrittau samshayo me adhyapi me samshayaha na nivrittaha. That is what she asks. Even today, my doubts are not resolved. Wait. Only for this, I had to rewind whatever we heard yesterday. Who is Bhairavi? Who is Bhairavi? The questioner. Who is going to answer? Bhairava, the answer. Okay? Question and answer. Bhairavi is question and the Bhairava is answer. Who are Bhairavi and Bhairava? They are not different, because I have heard. How can I hear? Even for hearing, studying, listening, I have heard because I am not different from you. I am identical with you. And the Bhairavi is of the knowledge of the form of knowledge, of the form of consciousness, of the form of remembrance, who gives remembrance, etc. We have explained so many things. When she is not different from Bhairava, what is her question? She says, even today, my doubts are not resolved. How do you know your doubts are not resolved? How do you know your doubts are not resolved? So, for other things, let us forget. But here, how do you know your doubts are not resolved? Oh, Bhairavi, tell me that. If Shiva or Bhairava are going to ask, the answer to that is, even now, I have not gained the identity. Understand? Even now, I have not gained the identity with you. Though I know we are identical, but I have my own ignorance, because of which I am separated from you. I have not become one with you. That is the reason. So, though we forget about Bhairavi, we are not wondering how Bhairavi got or didn't get the knowledge. We are we are working for our own knowledge. So you are inherently of the nature of Shiva. We are all of the nature of Bhairava. But because of the ignorance, I am using the ignorance word. It's a common word with Vedanta, with other philosophies also. So because of the ignorance, I am as though bound, limited. And that is why I don't see myself to be the Shiva. We said Nara, Shakti, Shiva. I see myself as a Nara. I don't see myself as a Shiva. So what is your doubt? You have studied so much, you said, what is your doubt? She is now presenting her doubts, 8 doubts in 2.5 shlokas. 2.5 shlokas because the first line of the second shloka is taken by the first shloka. So there we studied 1.5. Now the remaining half on the next 2 shlokas. The shloka 3 and 4 plus the second part of 2. Okay, now किं रूपं तत्त्वतो देव śabdarāśikalāmayam किं वा navātmabhedena bhairave bhairavākṛtau triśirobhedabhinnaṃ va किं वा śaktitrayātmakam nādapindumayam vāpi किं chandrādha nirodhika chandra chakrārūಢam anachkam va किं वा śaktiswarūpakam. She is asking 8 different doubts. bhairave bhairavākṛtau bhairave kim rūpaṃ tattvato me te deva deva kim rūpaṃ tattvato śabdarāśikalāmayam 1 kim va navātmabhedena 2 triśirobhedabhinnaṃ 3 śaktitrayātmakam 4 nādabindumayam 5 chandra ardha nirodhika 6 chakrārūಢa anachkam 7 and shakti swarupakam 8. Which of these 8 is your real nature? Tattvato deva, that is what is tattvato rūpaṃ. Tattvataha means in reality. Rūpaṃ means form. In reality, what is your form? What is your inherent nature? That is what she is asking. bhairave bhairavākṛtau. Bhairavākṛtau, one who is of the form of Bhairava. Bhairava means one who performs the 5 activities: creation, sustenance, merging, emerging, sustenance, and merging. Okay, then manifestation, sustenance, and merging, you can understand like that also. And nirodhika, or here they call it as tirodhana. 5th is the anugraha. Tirodhana, wheeling or shielding or covering your knowledge, and anugraha, blessing you with the knowledge. These are the 5 activities of Shiva. Bhairava is you who has these 5 activities. One who has these 5 activities as the nature. One who is the cause for all this creation, the experience of all this creation. They call him Bhairava Bhattaraka. Bhattaraka means epithet, which is a kind of praising him, eulogizing him. Oh, you great one. So they add this Bhattaraka word to the Guru's name also sometimes. Okay, so here Bhairava Bhattaraka, you are greatest Bhairava. Please tell me. That is the idea. Tattva. What is your tattva? What is your tattva means how many tattvas, how many realities you know? I know a few. So she says śabdarāśikalāmayam. śabdarāśikalāmayam, sound, rashi, group, maya, of the form of sound groups, group of sounds, of the form of group of sounds. What does that mean? So he says adi akara adi kshakaranta kala. There is kala, there is different levels. What are they? From beginning from a to ksha, ksha, ksha. Okay, ksha. Now what is this? These are the alphabets. From vowel to the diphthongs through the other parts. So you have etc. vowels and diphthongs, and then you have consonants, ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, ka, ga, 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 all that till ksha. Okay. Now, aksha means eyes. Eyes means seer. Okay. Eyes means seer. Eyes are the seer of forms, right? Eyes means seer. Now, it can also be akaradi hakaranta, from a to ha. Either you say a to ksha or a to ha. How a to ha? Because normal alphabets, when you study alphabets, you will study as a, I, U, etc. and ka, kha, ka, cha, ka, kha, ga, ga, na, etc. But Panini's sutra called Maheshwara Sutra. Yesterday I spoke about this. When the Shiva played his damaru, his handheld drum, we hear only sound, only noise. But the one who has learned, one who is ready to receive the knowledge, he hears the meaning behind it. So that is called as Maheshwara Sutra. I, un, ril, rik, e, ong, ha, etc. And then kapai, sha, shasar, hal, iti Maheshwarani Sutrani. That is, it starts from and ends with ha. When you say ach, it is vowels and diphthongs. When you say hal, it is a consonants. When you say al, a, il, al, it is all the characters. Okay. So aha, the first character is a and the final character is ha. Aha. You say first character is a, second character, final character is ksha. That is a normal way of studying. Through the Maheshwara Sutra, if you say first character is a, final character is ha. Aham, aha, aham. Aham means I, ego, seer. So whatever you understand through the aksha or aham, that is the truth. That's the idea here, secret. Okay. Now he says, Anuttara, there we saw Anuttara, Ananda, Ichchadi, Vimarsha Rupa, one who is the Akara, Vimarsha Rupa, because Akaro is Sarva Vak. From every character came into existence. So from the desire came and the creation came into existence in the expanse. You are that form. Okay. Now he says, now what is the expanse which came from it is not the world, it is the name also. It is not just the form, it is also the name. So the name and form, because the jumbling of alphabets is a word. Okay. Jumbled alphabets become a word. Now that word has a form. Jumbled alphabets, that is how we all that sounds which you produce, it becomes jumbled and you give it a meaning. This meaning is not what you give, it is the meaning which is decided upon by Ishvara, his will. Okay. So that association between word and the meaning, that is Shiva. Okay. And in the esoteric sense, they take a bija mantra, aha, a visarga, aha. They accept to be Akula. Anuttara is Akula. Okay. And Visarga is Shakti. Aha is Akula and Shakti. So in that way also some people see. So one who understands this is one who understands the Shabda Brahman. It is called a Shabda Brahman. Shabda Brahman is the knowledge which you understand through the philosophy of Sanskrit. See, Sanskrit is a language. If you study it as a language, you have Panini, etc., aphorism, sutras, through which you understand the language, the usage and all that. But Sanskrit is not just a language. Sanskrit is a philosophy through which you understand the truth. There is a philosophy called Spotavada. Spotavada means uh, uh, explosion school. Vada means a school, kind of. Okay. So a word, when you say a word, ghata, pot, the word explodes and you get the association with the object, pot. They call it Spotavada. And why are we studying that here? You said this is Tantra. You are talking Sanskrit. No, this is Tantra also. That is Tantra also. How? Because what is that and Shiva? We saw that Akula. Okay. And where did this Sanskrit sutras come from? Shiva. From the drum of Shiva. So he didn't give the secret of the Sanskrit, he gave the secret of the truth. That is why it's a śabdarāśikalāmayam. Okay. Then next, navātmabhedena. Are you navātmabhedena? Navātmabhedena means one who is seen in the 9 different forms. We saw the Brahmi, etc. 8 forms. In between, one who exists is the 9th one, the Shiva, Bhairava. Brahmi, etc. Normally in the Shakta school, in the school of goddess, they say Shakta school and Shiva school are not different. When you replace Shiva with Shakti, it becomes Shakta school. Okay, the other philosophy and the underlying things are all same. Now in Shakta school, the power of Brahma is Brahmi. Shakti of Brahma is Brahmi. The Shakti of Kumara is Kaumari. Like that they see. Vishnu is Vaishnavi. Shiva is Shakti, Shaivi, etc. Now here, Brahmi is not the power of Brahma, but the wife of a bhairava called Chanda Bhairava. So all these Brahmi, etc., Shaktis which we see, they are all consorts of some bhairava form. Okay, so one who is in between this is the truth. Is that, or for this Navātmaka, that which exists in the 9 forms, you can interpret it in another different way. So for that he says, one who is in the form of Prakriti, etc., till Shiva Tattva. Is that the truth? Prakriti, etc., like Prakriti Purusha, you see in Sankhya and Yoga, Prakriti Purusha. Similarly, here also they start with Prakriti Purusha, but it's a different school. The Prakriti is different here and there. So, or you can say it's similar. Okay, Prakriti Purusha. Then why the Purusha is not Purusha? Purusha is the self. The Purusha is not self because he is bound by Kanchukas. Kanchuka means a bag. Like the Panchakosha, 5 sheets in Vedanta, here they call Panchakanchuka, 5 bags. We are not talking about Annamaya, Pranamaya, etc. koshas like we saw in Veda, we see in Vedanta, but here they say 5 different covers, 5 different bags, which are Kala, Kala, Kala. Kala means different states. Kala, time. I'm just giving a simple meaning. Okay, let's forget about the meaning. Kala, Kala, Vidya, then Raga. Desire also is one Kanchuka. Then you have a Niyati. Okay, they call these 5 Kanchukas. Meaning, these are the 5 things which limit us, which makes, though we are Shiva in reality, these are the things which makes us a Shiva, non-Shiva. Okay. So how to get, why do I get these 5 Kanchukas? Why do I get bound by these 5 baggages? Because of Maya. Maya is interpreted as illusion here also. Why? Because whatever is seen is a Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana. It's like the object seen in the mirror. So there is no duality here. So everything is illusory. So Maya. How to get rid of Maya? The next tattva comes, which is a Shuddha Vidya, they call it. Shuddha Vidya. Shuddha Vidya. Okay. Now, how to get rid of how to gain the Shuddha Vidya? What will happen if I gain the Shuddha Vidya? Then he says, Ishvara Tattva. From Ishvara Tattva, you go to Sadashiva Tattva. From there, you go to the Shiva Tattva. Ishvara, Sadashiva, Shiva. Now, there is a gradation in the... What is that? Gradation? I thought Parameshwara is a Sadashiva is a Shiva. They are all same synonyms. No, that is not how they accept here. Parameshwara is different from Sadashiva, is different from Shiva. How so? Explain. Let me explain. Parameshwara is one who sees everything as me. All this is me. That is Parameshwara. Sadashiva is one who sees I am all this. The viewpoint differs. All this is me. I am all this. Now, whichever way you say, whether your standpoint is Sadashiva or Parameshwara, does not really matter. There is duality. Something to be perceived. A perceiver is there. Now, when this duality is absent, then that is called as Shiva. That is Shiva Tattva. That is the final truth. Okay. Now, here also, they have the Bijakshara. The Bijakshara in the sense, like we have the 7 chakras. Kundali Tattva, 7 chakras. Okay. So, each chakra, you meditate upon one bija. Vam, lam, tam, vam, lam, ram, etc. So, here also, those similar characters are taken, but there are 2 extra characters. 9 tattvas we said, right? So, he says, ha, ra, ksha, ma, la, ba, ya, na, or oh, it's not avala, it is a hakara, refa, kshakara, makara, lakara, vakara, yakara, nakara, and omkara. Because all these are single syllabled. It is without a vowel. It's only pure consonant, etc. So we are adding a, or you can say hakara, makara, etc. So here hakara is there, refa is there, shakara no, makara yes, lakara yes, vakara yes, yakara yes, nakara no, omkara yes. So you have the 7 alphabets already, except for shakara and nakara. So Kshakara and Nakara also are accepted to be 2 chakras in between your Ajna chakra and the crown chakra. The eyebrow chakra and the crown chakra, which is a Soma Surya, they call it. Soma means moon, moon chakra, and Surya means sun chakra. There are 2 in between chakras from the Ajna. Okay, this is said in Yamana Tantra. So you have all these 9 characters. So this is a kind of meditation and all that. I just explained there. It's esoteric, I am saying. So bija for esoteric experience or esoteric practice. Now here, triśirobhedabhinnaṃ va. Triśirobhedabhinnaṃ va. Or is it something which is explained, established in the Trishiro Tantra with 3 heads? The Nara, Shakti and Shiva. Again, you will not escape the Nara, Shakti, Shiva till the end in the Shaiva Siddhanta. Like in Vedanta, whenever a Vedanti starts Vedanta, he will bring in a pot or a snake. There is no respite from that. Here also, there is no respite from these 3. So, is it that, or whatever you see through this association of Nara, Shakti and Shiva, that which is that which is pointed by the rishis in the form of a mantra of these 3. A mantra for these 3 is a Sauhu. I am not talking about a mantra of initiation. Sauhu is the esoteric representation. They call it mantra also. Though this is a part of mantra in some mantras. Sauhu is a part of mantra, claim Sauhu in some places, and Saha, Sauhu, etc. in some other places. There is a part of, I'm not chanting any mantra because that some people will stupidly accept that to be an initiation and all that. I am not getting into that. So, Sauhu is the esoteric bija. We call this a Parabija. Sauhu has three characters: Sakara, Aukara, and Visarga. Sakara means is plus Au plus two dots is Visarga. Two dots like a colon is Visarga. Okay. Now is Au is plus O, Sau plus a colon. Sauhu. So three characters. These three characters, each one of them represent a Nara, Shakti, and Shiva. You have to take the Nara to Shakti, merge it in Shakti, and Shakti in Shiva. Sauhu. Sakara in Aukara, Aukara in Visarga. Okay? Or you can see this these three in a different form. The Sakara is they call it Atattva, without any essence. That should be merged in the Shuddha Vidya, Au. And beyond that Shuddha Vidya is the two dots, each representing the Shakti and Shiva, the identity of Shakti and Shiva, Shiva Shakti Aikya, two dots. Okay, that also some people explain in that way also. Now, śaktitrayātmakam, the fourth doubt, śaktitrayātmakam, is it of the three forms of Shakti? Trishiro, three forms of Shakti. Here also, there we saw the three forms of Shakti in the sense of Nara, Shakti, and Shiva. Now, the Adhisthata, the substratum for those Nara, Shakti, and Shiva, which is Para, Parapara, and Apara. Okay, the Adhisthata, the substratum for that. Or you can see it in different form, the three Shakti, which is the Matru, Mana, Meya. Matru means Pramata, the knower. Mana means Pramana, the means of right knowledge. And the Meya means object of knowledge. The seer, the seeing, and the seen. In this three form. Or you can also see this as a Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. Śaktitrayātmakam. The power of a desire, the power of the knowledge, and the power of activity. In that form also you can see. So, these four questions we saw, we'll see. Continue. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.